connect HR to, put together this event. So for those who don't know me, I am Secretary General at P SHA, which is the representative body for the entire IT industry. So this topic is very close to my heart because I get to speak with more than 1,000 companies of all sizes, from startup to medium to small to large-scale companies as well, on a daily basis, as well as the policy makers. Our core goal is working with the government for the industry. So we work with all the ministries and different departments on a daily basis. Now, coming to the question, and because I work with the community very closely, and I know their challenges, I'll start with being a devil's advocate in just sharing their perspective, and then I will come to the solution accordingly. If we know कि जो जितने startups हैं, we have to take a step back कि उनकी journey शुरू कैसे होती है. If they are in IT industry, a lot of them are freelancers when they are studying. As freelancers, they start getting projects. उसके बाद the projects become too bigger for them, and they realize that they need to open a company. And then फिर 2-3 लोग होते हैं, पहले unregistered होती है, radar पे नहीं होती है, जब ज़्यादा बड़े projects हो जाते हैं, finally they get registered. I'm not talking about MNCs which open their offices, captive offices in Pakistan. Obviously, they come with established processes. I'm talking about a general startup. या अगर हम प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड स्टार्टअप की बात करें, जिसका आजकल जहां पे हम ज्यादा देख रहे हैं, a lot of people who have an idea, an innovation to a challenge, they come up with a product and they start their company accordingly. So if you see, the team consists of people who are product developers from technical background. And then they realize that because they have to make their product successful, they need to have a marketing and sales function to it. Yeah. And in the initial phase, for their own survival, while they're figuring things out, that's the two functions they consider more critical, which is technology, product development, and second is marketing and sales. And in the process, they miss two कहते हैं ना pillars, एक घर को खड़ा होने के लिए जो pillars चाहिए होते हैं, they miss two pillars. One is finance, which contributes to their business model, their overall planning, pricing and all, and the second is HR. I'll come to the second stage कि क्या role है HR का in startups and नहीं recognize हो रहा. Let's take a step back. इस वक्त पाकिस्तान की जो IT industry है, it's one of the leading industries in Pakistan, the only industry with 75% trade surplus, crossed $2.6 billion this year. We have the potential, the only industry with the potential to address the economic crisis that Pakistan is facing right now. And इस वक्त IT industry के behalf अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, तो सबसे बड़ा challenge is lack of skilled resources. For the first time, we are in this situation where companies have so many projects, but they are unable to fulfill the demands because they do not have resources. And I am speaking on behalf of industry, where we have, gathered this data from thousands of companies accordingly. Just to give you a little bit of context of how deeper the problem is, यूनिवर्सिटी से इस वक्त जो स्टूडेंट्स ग्रेजुएट हो रहे हैं, एनुअली 25,000 निकल रहे हैं. हमने पिछले साल कंपनी से पूछा, 140 कंपनी से पूछा कि आपके पास कितनी जॉब ओपनिंग्स हैं. 140 कंपनीज ने हमें बताया कि they have 20,000 job openings. Total industry consists of 15,000 companies. So think about how many job openings exist right now in the industry which are not captured because they are not effectively marketed. So we see a very clear gap between what is being supplied and जो demand है. अब आते हैं कि HR की तरफ, and I want to take this moment today and ask all of you to take a step back and see the role that you are playing in your organization's future. I feel a lot of HR departments and a lot of HR professionals are so engaged in day-to-day functions, processes, execution, that they do not take a moment to realize that they are a strategic arm of the business. And as that strategic arm of the business, they have to play that role in the organization's growth, in meeting the demands of the projects that are coming, and uske around puri cheezon ko. And that's not how HR has been positioning itself, and I feel that has made all the difference.
Do you think, and just another question that just popped up into my mind is, sometimes, and you're right that maybe HR itself is not positioning that way, but sometimes that has to trickle down from the top, or what goes around in the industry, right? It's generally not a choice that an HR professional can make to be empowered. I mean, yes, of course, you can try all you want, but if that is something that's not trickling down from the top, it can become a very tough job.
You know, Sadia, I'm a very strong believer कि जिंदगी में कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो कि हमारे कंट्रोल में होती हैं और कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं होती हैं. And unfortunately, a lot of times we think about things that are not in our control and we don't focus on things that are in our control. Realizing and embracing the role that HR can play in the growth of the organization and positioning itself like that is in the control. I understand how sometimes senior management does not see HR that way, but that's where I feel everyone needs to have that self-reflection. Everyone needs to position themselves that way. इस वक्त किसी भी CEO से, and lack of skilled resources is the biggest bottleneck in the growth of industry right now. Are our HR professionals, have the opportunity to become business partners and help businesses grow by, having the adequate, systems in place accordingly.
Thank you so much.